Hello guys, thank you so much for joining. I am so excited to be back. I'm sorry I took a few weeks off there, changed jobs, things like that. But anyway, I am here and I'm so glad to see that there are a couple more of you here. We're nearly at 100 subscribers, so thank you so much for that. I wanted to jump on and talk about crypto, and really, I am the biggest crypto fan ever. First things first, I am not one of those scammers who, comments under videos saying, oh, talk to this person, WhatsApp this person, join this Telegram group. That's not me. I'm never going to sell you snake oil. I'm never trying to do anything that isn't in your best interest. If I am, invested in anything that I'm talking about, I will tell you I am definitely invested in cryptocurrency. And yeah, I'm basically here just for your best interest. I'm not interested in selling you snake oil and trying to get you to do things that you're not comfortable with or that would make you nervous. The point of this video really is to highlight a few reasons why maybe cryptocurrency isn't for some people. And I am, as I said, the biggest advocate for cryptocurrency. I really think it's going to create a more fair and ethical world. I think that it gives a lot of power back to the people who are making money, and I just really like that. And I think that there are so many advantages to it, not only just in terms of monetary gain, where you can make quite a lot of money with crypto. I think, just in terms of how the world works, it's going to be really influential, I think. But yeah, as I said, some people shouldn't invest in crypto, and I just want to go through some of the reasons why crypto might not suit you. And if it doesn't suit you, no big deal. There are other ways to invest, and I just want to call out as well that 50% of my audience is female. I'm so happy about that. Girls, we are way behind in the investing game, and it's just so sad to see because we are like statistically better with money than guys. We make better financial decisions. We are, although we're more risk averse, we do make more, better and more thought through decisions essentially. And so we're seen to be amazing at it. Crypto is very much a kind of a short game. So it's a kind of bull and bear market cycle swap. And so right now we're in a bull market. And so if you were to go and invest today, and I have some videos on how to do that in my library, but I'm going to do more. I'm going to do a course as well, hopefully, and get that out pretty quick. But right now you can make money with it. Right now you can, put your money into Ethereum, Bitcoin, or other altcoins and make a good bit of money. But some people shouldn't. Some people, will get caught up in the hype and it just won't really suit them. So I just want to go through a couple of reasons why people who might resonate with the next few slides shouldn't go into cryptocurrency. From the biggest cryptocurrency fan ever. And again, it would only benefit me if you did, because then my investments would go up. But again, I don't want you to do this if it's not going to be right for you, essentially. So let's go into the slides. So why you should not invest in cryptocurrency? First one, you are emotional, girl. So cryptocurrency is a wild ride. It is so volatile, and this might sound scary to some people, but for me, I am so used to it. I've been investing since 2016-ish, 2017 probably, seriously. And it is so up and down. Like, you put in $1,000 and, this $1,000 could go down to 200 and then it could be up at 5,000 within the same week. It is so crazy how fast things move. And you kind of need to decide from the outset, are you a long-term holder, a medium-term holder, or a short-term? And I'll just go over them real quick. So short-term is like, during the day trading. My boyfriend actually, he does trading on crypto, so he, we'll put a bit of money on something, and if it goes up a couple of cents, he'll take it out and he'll have made, say, €200 that day or $200. Which is great. I don't like doing that. I find that's too consuming and not the best thing for my mental health, so I decide not to do that. What I do is more medium-term holding. So I will follow kind of different calendar events of what's happening for different coins, and I will basically try and put my money into things that I think are going to go up in the short to medium term. So I will put quite a bit of money into it and assume that that's going to happen based on projects that are coming up and being, released on certain days. And I'll be ready to sell a portion of what I put in if I'll either sell up my initial investment once it goes up past a certain level, or I'll sell the whole thing if I don't think the coin is going to really change the future, but I think it's going to make me some money. That's a medium term. And then there's long-term holding, and I am a long-term holder of some coins. So things that I think are fundamentally going to change the world and the way that we work and how, we interact with blockchain and things like that. That's a long-term hold. I'm going to leave them in for years. I don't want to touch them. They're just long-term investments. But you need to decide that before you get into cryptocurrency, because honestly, emotions can get the better of you. If you have decided, or you haven't decided which one you are you a short-term, medium, or long, and you put money in and you see it drop the next day, like you've lost $200 on your $1,000 investment, you can't get upset about that in crypto, because that is just the day-to-day reality of it. It just happens, and you have to be able to put your emotions aside, be logical about it, know that things go up and down a lot, and that what goes down comes back up essentially in crypto. So what I really like doing is medium-term holding. I think that's a good place for people to come in, to not get too attached to anything, because again, there are bull and bear markets. We will get into a bear market again. We're currently in a bull market. There's money to be made, but one day we'll all wake up and things will have crashed, and we can't get upset about that either. So this kind of brings me up to the next point, which is you broke. Do not invest if you broke. Okay, so being in cryptocurrency in 2017, I was working as a junior consultant, and I was basically earning very little money, but I really wanted to get into cryptocurrency. So I put in a couple of $1,000, and it just, I just lost it, basically. I not through bad investments, just because I didn't understand the whole bull and bear cycle. And a lot of people did this. And so while my investments were still some of them were still there for this now bull market, and that's worked out really well for me, a lot of people lost a lot of money, and people, were millionaires one day and then nothing the next. And they never took profits. They never realized any of their gains, and they just lost tons of money that they couldn't, was worth, their coins were worth nothing for the guts of 4 years. And so people who would put in money, that can seriously destroy lives if you put in money that you can't afford to lose. And it's just really important that if you're putting money into cryptocurrency, it's money that if you lost it tomorrow, honestly, you'd be okay. Like you would have your emergency fund, you would have other savings, you'd be able to pay your car, you'd be able to pay your rent or your mortgage. And you just have to be clever about that and not be kind of really dumb and put all your money into something that is going to go up and down a lot. And it also kind of relates to that emotional piece. It just, you can't do it. You can't have everything in cryptocurrency and just assume that everything's going to be okay. Honestly, that's just a surefire way to get burned. So don't do it if you're broke. Put in what you can only afford to lose, and be happy with it, and be confident that you're going to probably be okay in the long run in cryptocurrency. And then that moves on to my next point. If you won't do your own research, okay? If you won't do your own research, do not invest in cryptocurrency. There are an infinite number of people who seem to be recommending various coins, okay? And the way the stock market works is that a coin's value goes up the more people who invest in it. So someone who's invested in a coin at 1 cent wants that coin to go up to be worth $1, because that is, a huge gain for them. That's 100x, and so they put, a bit of money into it at the lowest point, and then it multiplies by 100. That's great for them. But there's so much incentive for them to push their coin that it's not always coming from the best place. Sometimes it's scammers. Sometimes they want people to invest in it so that they can take it at the $1 and sell it all, take all your money, and then suddenly the coin's price drops, and you've lost all that, all your gains. So you need to. I do find some coins on Reddit. I do find some coins through vicarious kind of ways that aren't necessarily the best. But what I'll always do is kind of go through a bit of a step-by-step evaluation that I have that I'll do in another video. But essentially, in kind of a overview of what I do, I will think about the coin's utility. So is it something that can actually be used, or is it just something that exists alongside a blockchain project? So for example, Bitcoin can actually be used as a currency. Ethereum is actually a platform that blockchain can be built on, and Ethereum can be used to build it, as well as it's got other things. But there's lots of coins that do genuinely need the coin for the blockchain to work, essentially, or the coin token, I'll use kind of interchangeably. And there's other ones that don't need anything, and they are literally just a project that happens to be blockchain that also has an associated token, and that just is worth nothing, essentially. So it's important to know the difference between utility and no utility, and only go into coins that really do have a utility. The next thing is the team. Is the team, you know, have they done previous blockchain projects? Have they worked with prestigious companies? Do they know what they're doing? And do they know, are they bringing some experience to this project? That's a huge one. The team is honestly one of the most important things they consider, because do I trust them to take my money and use it wisely, essentially? Because all of them would be holders of a certain amount of the coin as well. So that's a huge one, the team. There's loads of other things that I consider, but ultimately you need to be able to go onto the website, check out the team, check out the use case, check out, you know, the utility, all that kind of stuff, and make a decision that's very informed before you put any money into it. Because if you don't, you will get scammed, and you'll get burnt so quickly by all these people saying, oh yeah, this is the next big thing, you're gonna get 1,000x gains if you invest in this coin. You won't. Like, you might, but you probably won't. So just be really important. Just be really careful with the money, where you put your money, and also do your research before you invest in anything. So important. You have to really believe in it before you put your money into it, because again, so many gains can be made in crypto, but if you're not careful about where you put your money, you could end up in the duds and not in, you know, the things that are genuinely changing the world. So they're the three things that I think are they're the three personality traits that I think don't suit crypto. I think that the people who get too emotional, are happy to throw in everything in their house and their wife and everything like that into cryptocurrency, should not be in cryptocurrency. And people who aren't willing to do their own research should not be in cryptocurrency. I think they're fundamental, you know, the absolute basic building blocks to a successful crypto career, investment situation. And yeah, I just really think that it's important that you are really careful. I'll leave you with this quote, which I think really summarizes everything about crypto and how to be successful. So the big B, I'll just read it out. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. When the markets are going wild and everyone is so excited and, you know, like, oh my gosh, do this and do this and do this, put all your money into it. Emotions are flying, money is flying, and no one is researching anything, is actually when everyone is being greedy. And at that point is the most scared you should ever be. And honestly, having come through the last bull bear market kind of thing, that crossover, I totally understand this now, is that going in on the hype is the quickest way to get burned, essentially. And cryptocurrency is not necessarily hype, it is a bit, but you know, don't be scared of cryptocurrency as such, but be scared of the greed that comes along with it. You keep your head straight, you do your research, and you be really careful with how much money you put into it. And honestly, that is an absolute recipe for success with cryptocurrency. And yeah, I'm just so happy that you're here. I'm so glad you watched the end of the video. Give me a fire emoji if you watched the end. I would love to know. And thanks so much. Like, I'm just so happy that you're here. I'm so happy to be doing this. So I will leave it there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.